Good evening, everybody. It's the old noob here. We're on episode 20 of our Let's Play series. So, right now we're in the middle of building our permanent base in the plains, and it's a large undertaking right now. Um, we'll start using all the wood we have, and then, of course, we'll be farming for wood and going over the rest of that stuff. So bear with me on building the base, but hopefully we can build something together. Y'all can help me with what things look best and what don't. But right now I'm building the largest circle of three, the largest tower of three, I guess. Probably not the tallest, but the biggest in girth. So, but let's get at it. um So I'm wanting to eat as much stamina food as possible. So that's that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'll actually make some more. Let me see here. I have onions. And I have all my farming food, all my farming outfits on. So I'm getting the max out of my crop yield here. Like getting all those plus ones. And if you want to know how I'm planting the crops so well without losing stamina, it is the outfit I am wearing, that you get from Builder's Request, and the whatchamacallit, the Smoldering Tomb. There we go. Some stone that was left. Alright, so we're able to make onion soup, which gives us 60 stamina. So that's good. Because with all the work we're doing, we're going to want stamina. There we go. And let me eat another one of these. Alright. Gotta love those levels of stamina. Okay, which reminds me. Oh, we are already out of wood here, so that just makes it easier for me. Since we're already out of wood, we're going to need wood. So I will switch to my elder Forsaken Power. Which gives us a bunch of pickaxe and wood chopping. Stamina reduction and whatchamacallit. Here we'll actually look at exactly what it does. Power of the forest invigorates you. You shall gather its bounties faster, just as you shall regain your own vitality should you lose it. So you get health regen by 30%. chop by plus 60%, pickaxe by plus 60%, and effect duration is 300 seconds. So pickaxe and tree chopping much better, and plus 30% health regen. So bonuses all around on that. So no complaints from me there. And I'll just chop some of these little trees out of the way right now. No sense in wasting my buff on all this. So there's so many too that I could probably just almost fill up on all this. I think right now I'll just bring once I fill up on wood here in my inventory, I'll probably just bring it all over to the plains right away. I won't sit here and keep having to bring it, make the stacks here and bring it through the portals. And who knows, I might have to give in and build a factory for, you know, killing gray dwarves, but honestly, that's me sitting online doing that, and I don't want to sit there and just have y'all watching me sit there online doing nothing while I'm waiting for farming to come through. So that doesn't make much sense. So I won't be doing that to y'all. But that's 169 wood, so not a bad haul. Definitely not a bad haul. So, oh yeah, I have my whatchamacallit over here. My forge. Okay, and something we were doing was we were working on fixing this up here. I think I did fix the bit that was kind of messed up here, that was messing everything up. I think I actually did fix that before I got off last time. Yeah, see? So I think I fixed it all. So see, that's looking good. All right, so what I will do after this is, what I want to do is have one like that, and I don't think it's going to let me put one up there. So like, what I would like is have one here and then have one here at the, but it's not gonna let me have both in the same spot. So maybe what I'll do is, instead of having it elevated on here, I'll just dig in and just go with the roof, which I'm thinking about the 20, but because it's not too steep where it's like I'm burning a lot of materials getting it that high. And I think if I get it high enough anyway, I won't even have to worry about the smoke because it'll just be so high that it won't even have to be a thing to worry about. It's my thought process on it, but I'm not 100% on if that's legit or not. Y'all let me know if I'm correct on that or not. I have no clue. Well, I literally just put one down right there. Are you kidding me? Is this place literally that big? Oh man. Just like that, dead. Something so simple too. Oh, I should have blocked. That's what I should have done. I'm being retarded. Because I don't have a lot of health on because of all the food I'm eating. I'm just not paying attention right now. My mind is just out of it. Like I was watching a video earlier today about this guy who is at the last one. That might have been the last one. I don't exactly know who he works for. I think it was USPS or something. I guess he delivers mail or something crazy. But he was talking about how he works you know, he works his 8-hour days but drives 2 hours in and then 2 hours out to work. And so basically gone for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Like, I thought it was just crazy how his life is just consumed by work. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Where is my body? Dude, like I swore I fell off the side. I guess I didn't. Maybe I'm still up top. But yeah, he works. So he's basically out of the house 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. And he's like, he's just tired because he can't even afford a vacation. He can't afford um, to not work, and he can't afford to um, not work all the time, you know? And he can't afford to quit. So, like, yeah, he's in that shitty catch 22, right? Where he's just screwed. And I know a lot of Americans are in that hard place right now, and so I felt bad. Like, I'm not impressed. Like, I'm not like, oh God, like what the hell? Like, it's just something where you're just like, you feel bad for guys in that situation. And I used to be like that when I was younger. I was just not able to take off work. I had to work all the time. Um, there was just no way I could even imagine not working. Like, it's like when I joined the army, like the first time I had, block leave in the army for Christmas. I was in school because I was just joined, so I was in like AIT or whatever, and I was anxious to get back to work because for me, like, not working, you weren't getting paid, but I had never had paid time off before, so oh man, let me bring a weapon. But yeah, so that was the whole point, was I had just never experienced that before, so I was real anxious to get back to work and stuff just so I wouldn't lose pay, but I had paid time off. And so there's lots of jobs like that around the US and stuff, and when you work for the government and stuff, you kind of take that stuff for granted. And so it's like right now, that's why I'm able to stream like I am right now, because I have the paid time off. But I'm gonna make the same mistake because I didn't grab a weapon. Um, but yeah, I know what that was like. And like one day I was sitting on the roof of a house because I used to build houses before I joined the army, and I was just sitting there working, and I was writing the numbers for the cuts I needed for the it was either a sheet of plywood or a rafter or something. And as I was writing these numbers and stuff, I was thinking to myself, like, this is like the first time I've written anything in a while, and like, it's not even words, it's not, you know anything really. um it's just writing. um and I was like, when's the last time I actually wrote a word? And it would have been my signature payroll. And so when I was sitting there thinking about that, I was like, man, I'm like wasting my life away. There we go. Um, so I had thought about that, and I was like, that's not a really good life, you know? Was that the changing point for me? No, but that was like, I started to think to myself, like, I need to get my shit together because of that. And so I did. I eventually joined the army and stuff, but not that day. It wasn't because of that incident. But it just let me know I needed to do something different with my life. Um, and luckily, I was able to do that in my 20s, and not like that guy I saw, and he was like 38, having that actualization moment that he couldn't go on vacation. He was living to work and working to live, but he was like, I'm not even living because he's just working all the time and can't afford not to work. And yeah, I definitely 100% know how that is, because that's how I used to be. And I think it'll be more and more like that here soon, especially in the US. Like, there's no jobs. Like, there's, well, I mean, there are plenty of jobs, but I can tell you back in the day, um, you were either underqualified for a job or you were overqualified, but there was no, like, oh, you're the exact person we're looking for, you know? You either had to know someone or you were just getting crushed. Let me get out of here, and then I need to get my gear. Alright. Alright, now I'm able to. Dude, don't be killing my crops, man. Messed up. Yeah, I've died like 4 times already this episode. It's rough. But yeah. I mean, but really not a bad, not bad here. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, like I forgot what I was even talking about, but like yeah, so I was just thinking about that and how crappy that is, like, cuz I know how that is. I've 100% lived that life before, and I wouldn't want to live it again. And the US economy is just garbage. And it's because of rich people. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, oh man, right off the bat. Uh there are just greedy motherfuckers in the US that are basically psychopaths. Like, like when you look at the housing market, for example, like, you know, I used to build houses for a living. I knew a bunch of real estate agents and stuff. My family actually owned a house, and they lost everything. And during the housing market crash of like 2008 or whatever, actually, most people lost their houses before 2008. It was just the rich people who got bailed out that just collapsed in 2008. Most people were already collapsed by like 2006. And so that was one of the main factors of me joining the army way back when, was because, yeah, that's when everything was collapsing. So that's the only thing I could do. It was like be a Pizza Hut delivery driver or join the army, you know? Yeah, hopefully these guys go away here. And they don't destroy my crops. There they go. They're destroying my crops. The horde is retreating. Good. But yeah, I just wouldn't want to live that life, and like things are going like that again. But like yeah, back then everyone knew. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. The longer I live, the the more I realize like people are fucking idiots. And so that's what I think is like I used to think people know that houses aren't as worth as much as they price them for. And like the inventory just is not there. Like there's too much inventory. Like so why is this worth so much? Like especially like when I was growing up. I mean, I grew up in a house that was just old as F, and it wasn't as old as it didn't cost as much as they said. It cost like 30 something $1,000 my whole life. And then all of a sudden it's worth like 1.2 million dollars. You're like, no, 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 it's not, you know? Any idiot could see that. But that's the thing is like people didn't want to believe it. They wanted to believe it was worth more because they could make money off of it. And like groups of investors were buying these properties and stuff. And so people weren't complaining because they were making money off of it. But the good times can't last forever. And that's basically what happened was the good times didn't last forever. And when it all came crashing down, poor people don't get bailed out, but banks get bailed out. And those are the guys who cause the problem, right? Just like now, it's banks that are causing the same problem and just corporations that can just raise the prices of these houses. So can corporations buy houses? Yeah, I mean, is it kind of unfair? Yeah. But I mean, America's a free country. Like I mean, maybe you could ask Congress to be like, okay, companies can't buy houses, but then like, so that means any dude with an LLC, you know, limited liability company couldn't buy a house and rent the house out covered under an LLC. Like, so then you're hurting a small business maybe. So you don't want to do that. But yeah, something's just got to be done with it. It's just, what do? You can't go nuclear, right? Or maybe you can, you know? Who knows? But I mean, pretty much Congress is useless in the U.S. And so that's one of the biggest problems we have is Congress has proven itself to be worthless, and everyone knows it. And so no one expects anything from them. And that's the sad part is like, we're going to have to deal with that sooner than later. And it's going to lead to big problems. Because if they're not pulling their fair share, if everyone knows, let's just put it like that. If everyone knows that they're not doing their job, then they're going to be more willing to accept someone who will just take their responsibility for them. And then we'll just be voting for, you know, dictators and stuff. Because they can get things done and Congress can't. And that's what you don't want. And then you have like dumbasses on social media crying, we got to get rid of the Constitution and start with something new. Well, if you don't have anything better, then stop saying get rid of the best thing any country has right now. Because there are lots of countries out there that would just love to have our Constitution. And I think that's like where people no one teaches the U.S. Constitution anymore, right? Um, it's the only document that's like, oh, where do you get your rights from? Oh, you get your rights from God. You're born with the right to speak freely. The government doesn't give you that right. Our Constitution says the government can't take away that right. Um, and I think that's the big difference is like in other constitutions and stuff, they're like, oh no, the government gives you the right to do this. No. In the US, you automatically have the right, and the government can't take that right away. And people don't know that. People who have lived in this country their whole life just don't know those things, you know? Uh, you were born with the right to bear arms, right? So the government can't take that away from you. But people are lining up to have that right taken from them. Like, it's kind of like the one meme I saw was like, it's got Donald Trump sitting there, and they're like, you say I'm a dictator and that I'm going to, go to war and stuff, yet you want me to take your weapons. And like, yeah, that's the point, right? Is like, if you really thought that he was this dictator that's going to take the country, why would you want him to have the federal government take your weapons? Like, the same people that say he's going to destroy the country say he should take our weapons, Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, are there deeper issues within all that? Yes. Like, if you ask me, the deep state is 100% real. And they're doing everything to undermine our current government. And that's a problem. But what do you do? So, those are just a few thoughts I have on the situation and that poor guy that I was watching, and his predicament, because like, dude's right. Like, there are people out there who can't afford to do anything but work, and it's a bad situation to be in. And then you have people that are like, oh, universal health care, but like the Affordable Care Act destroyed health care. Like, now, are there people who have access to health care who otherwise wouldn't? Yes, 100%. But are they productive members of society? Absolutely not. And so that's the problem, is the productive members of society are footing the bill for unproductive members of society. But not only that, the Affordable Care Act forces you to get health insurance. So if I'm so like, let's just put that in anything else. So like, if I sell toys, like I sell, I don't know, let's think of a toy. I sell little toy cars, like micro machines or whatever. And the government says that you have to buy micro machines. And I've been selling micro machines at like $1 a piece. Well, what am I gonna do with the price of micro machines? I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, oh, there's so many micro machines that I have to make now that I just, the supply and demand is just too much. So like, I have to raise the price of micro machines. And then the government's like, well, we're subsidizing that, everyone's got to pay, and then we'll subsidize you for doing our, good behavior things and da da da. And I'll be like, yeah, but I'm still losing money because I've had to ramp up production and da 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 da. So then, like, I'm selling micro machines for $5 a piece now. And then people are like, whoa, that's a lot of money for micro machines. Like, we used to pay $1. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but everyone has to have micro machines now. So I gotta sell them at a higher price and da 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 da. And so I need y'all to just bear with me while we get the situation under control and things like that. And then what happens is the next year, we're like, hey, next year we'll try to keep the price lower. But what happens the next year is no, it's still going up. So now micro machines are $7. And then along comes something like a big old plastic shortage, and we can call that COVID-19 to the insurance company, right? So everyone's has to get micro machines, but there's no plastic. So now I have to just double up on the price. So now the government is giving me a subsidy, even a bigger subsidy, but I still have to raise the price to $7 an hour. But the subsidy is helping out. But then the plastic shortage ends. But I'm like, no. Actually, micro machines are now $10 a piece. And so the government has to make subsidies again to keep the pricing of micro machines down, or they'll look bad and people can't afford to live because a lot of their paychecks going to go towards paying for micro machines that the government has forced you to buy. And so what's the correct answer? Because if we don't have micro machines, well, we won't be able to pay for, going to the doctor or our micro machine races, right? And the difference is you hear how absurd that is just from my perspective, just talking about micro machines. Now just imagine it's insurance, and insurance isn't even actually a product. So like it doesn't even fall into the same economic wording as products with supply and demand, because they're not actually producing anything. So there's no shortage, if that makes sense. So like the only shortage there is money pool. So if you're an insurance company, you should just be losing money hand over fist. Like the fact that there are richer CEOs in health insurance now than there was pre-Affordable Care Act just goes to show that it is not for the patient or the consumer. It's there to help the insurance company. And so, that's another huge deal we have to deal with in the United States, because we are no longer able to reasonably pay for health insurance. And like when I was like 20 and I had to pay for health insurance, I'm telling you, you know what I did? I just skipped out, man. Like even back then when I was 20, I was like, I can't even afford it back then. So like, could you imagine now? Like it's even worse. I'm even older, and then I have to worry about a wife and kids getting insurance too. Like, yeah, there's just no way anyone can afford health insurance. And so the only thing you can do is either not get it or, get loans and pay for it when you have to get it, when you have to get treatment. Everyone gets a GoFundMe these days anyway, so like maybe I can get a GoFundMe for, something bad that happens. But that's what I'm saying is like it's all a scam, man. Like and the government's conned all the people into thinking they were getting something and they weren't. Like the people who spam off the government got all the benefits of it, and the normal working person is getting no benefits from it. Um, Even me in the military, like I would say we had the closest thing you could probably get to universal health care in the world. Like, um, and it's because all the doctors, all the PAs, all the nurses, all the medics, literally everyone in your healthcare system was getting paid regardless of if they treated you or not. It didn't matter. Um, so they were at work every day ready to treat you anyway. And then what would happen is you would get treated usually same day. The only time you wouldn't get treated same day was if you needed something crazy like an MRI or something. Then they would schedule that, but like you would already have it scheduled that day for maybe a week later or something. But it wouldn't be anything crazy like you know, 3 months out, like it is today. Like today you have to schedule an appointment just to schedule an appointment. Like why? Because the insurance company gets a percentage for every appointment you have. So then they're going to make more appointments, they're going to make more encounters, and so that's what they did. But back in the day you could just see your providers and everything, and it wouldn't cost you a dime. They were there anyway. All the medications were paid for. All the people working were already paid for, so it was just a free system. And yeah, were there doctors that were conscious of stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, you know, instead of giving you clindamycin or something, they would turn around and be like, all right, we'll give them Keflex or something. The only time they would, because you know, it just clindamycin costs too much, right? The only time they would do that is if you had something like MRSA instead of a normal staph infection. So then because MRSA would be, you know, generic antibiotic resistant, so they would have to call in a non-generic antibiotic, and of course that was clindamycin because it just cost so much. So people didn't buy it because it was just expensive, and so bacteria wasn't resistant to it. And so that was the big thing, right? So it was just such a surprise to see that as soon as the Affordable Care Act came out, literally that healthcare system that everyone dreamed of having just went to shit. It was just destroyed overnight. But when the Affordable Care Act first came out, I was deployed, so I really didn't see the difference, because when you're deployed, everything is just already taken care of anyway. 'Cause I was in Afghanistan at the time, but once I came back to the US, you could see the difference. Probably like within the first year. And they took a lot of green suiters in the military. They took them out of the healthcare system when it came to seeing patients, because back in the day we used to see everyone for almost everything. Like even families, we would see them sometimes for some stuff. but usually they could just go to the hospital or clinics and be seen. But once all this Affordable Care Act stuff came out, no, you couldn't see green suitors. You couldn't, you know, um, schedule a same day appointment through green suitors. Like, it became a big deal to get your appointment through some other means, like calling in, talking to the clinic. It had to get documented, things like that. So it just seems like everything that everyone is doing to help Americans is doing the opposite. And so that's why I would say, you know, be careful about what all goes on, because it seems like everything is a conspiracy theory in the US now. Like when you're like, oh, you know, yeah, I get it. If you think aliens are out to get us and blah blah blah. No, the History Channel and Ancient Aliens has not convinced me that aliens did everything for us. So sorry guys, but do I believe that the government has had its hand in a lot of shit that I would have never thought? Oh yeah, 100%. Like, do I think maybe they're doing bad things to us on purpose? These days I actually think yes. I think it's almost on purpose how bad things are getting. So yes, I do think that. I hate to say it like that, but it's just the truth. Like, I wish it wasn't, but that's just what I think. So I wish it wasn't true. I wish I would, you know, like, but yeah. That's just my thought process on it. So that's how we end up with that guy that I was talking about at the beginning, on how he can't even live his life, you know? He's basically a slave. So it's rough. And I feel bad for him because no one should have to live like that dude, but I know exactly how he feels because I used to be the same way. But anyway, on to building this house. I am working on this roof. I don't know how far in I'm gonna be able to come, and I might have to put something. Oh my gosh, there's two of those dudes. All right, let me repair all that. Yeah, to take off all my crafting gear because like the enemies around here are just getting ridiculous. I got raided and stuff, and like, yeah, it was too much, so I had to put my normal gear back on just to have that armor and health boost. There we go, looking good. Now we're getting into yellow territory here. And orange, uh-oh. Went straight from green to orange, huh? That don't make sense. I think we're in yellow, yeah. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good night, and I hope y'all are having a better night than that guy was, cause yeah, he was having a rough day. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, why the hell are you so far off? Alright, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll still look good underneath. Yeah, I still got a whole lot of roof to go. Maybe I have to do an open roof concept in the middle. I actually might put a torch in the middle, and actually that might give me a lot of room to put my crafting stations in here. So I might actually let that fly. Actually let this be the last round. That's actually a good idea. I like that. Especially since the middle's concrete anyway, stone, like shouldn't be a big deal. As y'all can see, I'm kind of making this up. I have a concept in my head, but I'm making it up as I go, kind of, sort of. There we go. And then that should give me enough so I can put a bunch of my crafting stations that need stuff in the middle, like my kilns and my other stuff. It's like now what I should do right there is I'll move my forge over here, put some more of these doors in here. So here, let me put this barley in here. Quite a good group of barley going. All right, so let me see what it takes to make these. So 8 iron and 4 tar. I'm gonna be running out of iron here soon if I don't watch out. Maybe not. I've got a lot more iron than I thought I had. So that'll be good. So this is my front door. And then this will be a door to a hallway to one tower. And then what I will do is make another doorway to another tower. So like this will be a door, but right here it'll be 4 wide. But I'll have the stone lining on these ones, and then it'll be a hallway, so it'll be like 3 hole wide in total, and it'll go out here, and I'll build a tower, quite smaller than this one though, but that will be the general concept of the entire thing. All right, so what I need to do is build this up like that. So hopefully y'all like the proof of concept so far, and it's not too crappy for y'all's liking. And honestly, that took a lot less wood than I thought it would, but once I start building the inner part of the courtyard here, it'll probably take a lot more wood. I mean, I know it will, so. Seems like it's not far enough. I mean, it's gotta be it, but I mean, that's good enough. Yeah, that's good. And then when we're looking at this, like it'll be 2 in like this, so like, yeah, you can see that. And then here you'll have these 4, so, and actually this is not lined up the way it should be, so like I actually have these ones right here. I'm lined up on that one. 2, 3, 4, and then like I'm lined up here, so here you'll actually have a crafting station. And then here you'll have a crafting station or something else like supply. And actually, I don't think this is one of the angles I want the crafting station anyway, not on this one. Yeah, I think I wanted it more like this right here. Yeah. So when we look out there, hopefully it's not poking out the side, right? Yeah, see, that's good. And so like when I build this up, so It goes like that. And so basically, if I were to put, which I might just make this the workbench. So I put this here. I'll put all the stuff around it here, all the upgrades. Um, maybe a lamp or something in here, or some torches on the sides to light it up. And then maybe in this corner, I'll have one coming out, and then it'll be like 6 black metal chests, and then here you'll have your walkway in again, and this is the front door, so I can come in. I'll have chests here where I'll dump all my workstation stuff off, and then here I'll have supply, here I'll have the forge, and then here I'll have supply, here I'll have like the black metal forge and stuff, here I'll have supply, here I'll have the whatchamacallit set, the magic set, right? And then over here, I'll make in between these two, I'll have the cooking station, right? And then I'll have supply, and then on the other side maybe more supply, and then I hope that leaves me a place, or maybe here I'll have a portal and a portal, cooking station, supply, something like that. So we just have to go through it. And then back here through this hallway, I'll probably have nothing but a supply tower. And then back here through this hallway, I'll have my comfort quarters or whatever. So that'll be pretty cool. And hopefully y'all like that. And it'll look better once I get everything together, you know? So, yeah. Let's take the slow walk over here. I should probably just throw my stone down once I get inside. There we go, and throw, there we go. Alright. And so if this is the workbench, we'll have this, and this will be the metal, the forge. So what we can do here is we need the artisan table. So I can bring, yeah, so, man. Yeah, I'll just destroy the artisan table and bring it into here, and then I'll make the other one over here if I need it. Okay. So this will be supply, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so right here, and this wall is where I'll have that stuff. So what I want is for that to just be right there. Actually, I can have this by the supply, right? And so you look up, and then kind of like right there. So put that right there. Like when you walk in, you're like, whoa, what is this? And then you'll have something cool there. I'll put a whatchamacallit here, a smelter. And then here I'll have like 2 kilns in the middle here. So actually I might actually have them right here, you know. So then I'm just sitting there creating stuff in here inside this fortress courtyard. I'll actually put this here because I gotta make another set of doors there. But first I need to collect more stuff. Alright, we're all out there. And see, these are like what I'll have in between there, and this is 2 right here. So I'm gonna have 4, but I'm only gonna put 3 of these in between there, I think. So we'll have a little bit more breathing room. I think those are too tight anyway, so yeah. Then we'll have this entire cooking station kind of like this over there. And then let me go put the smelter in there. Yeah, see, you put the ore in there, you put the coal in there. I think this is a good concept right here. And then in the back here, I'll have 2 kilns. That'll just drop the coal off here and here. I think that's actually pretty good. And then, like I said, over here, probably the cooking station, and that all that smoke will just come up and out through here, so that's not a big deal. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's see what these doors cost. Yeah, so I'm gonna need at least 32 wood. I know all the action and adventure is missing right now because of the building aspect of the game, but hopefully you appreciate the build too. I don't know, if y'all want, just leave a comment and just literally tell me farm and build offline. I literally have no problem doing that. I'm just trying to show y'all like the thought process of, you know, going through the game as a, you know, just a normal casual player trying to play the game like this. But yeah, if y'all aren't interested in seeing this, don't worry. Like, honestly, it may be faster offline than online. I mean, most things are, right? Because you're talking and you get distracted while you're talking and things. You're not zoned in. Because when you're zoned in, you're like, I'm always looking over at the chat, seeing if someone chats, because I don't want to miss anyone's chat. But of course, today no one's chatted yet, so makes it a little bit easier. But I enjoy chatting with y'all and stuff, so you know. You win some, you lose some, you know. Like I'd rather chat with y'all than not. But if y'all don't want to see me farm wood and build, just let me know, and I'll do that offline, and I'll do all the action and stuff online, so it's easier on y'all. So y'all aren't as bored, I guess. But a lot of people do like watching the building aspect, so I don't want to shun people who like building as well. Though I'm not the best builder 100%, you know. Oh, there's the wood. I was like, I swear I just had wood out. Where is it? Yeah, I'm working my way over here into the... I think there's a black forest coming up over here. Which, hey, good for me, you know. I was working my way over into the swamp in the other direction, but I'd already cut a bunch of wood off on that side, so... I was pretty much running out of resources there. Normal wood wise, I'd be running into getting ancient wood. I already have so much of that I'm not even worried. I don't even know if I'll need any more ancient wood the rest of the game, to be honest. I've already farmed so many. But you never know. I say that now, and then 20 minutes later something pops up where I'll need it. But like I said, I wish they had building materials for ancient wood to make it more farmable, I would say. You know, make it worth farming after you build all your stuff. Because even now, I can still upgrade my bows and stuff and have no problem with the ancient wood I've already collected. I like how this is not going bad. Oh, it is. It's going bad, but slowly. But, like, see, look at all this ancient wood. Like, that's nuts. That's 226 ancient wood. And I already have a long ship. I mean, I can go up on my Draugr bow a little bit more, but really the only thing I'm missing is silver for that. And stuff like that. I gotta make my Frostner, but I don't even know if that takes ancient wood, so... yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do it like this. Yeah. So, yeah, let's just switch it up to this way, because, yeah, F it. Like, I'd rather, because I'm going to have that, blocked off in the back anyway, so why not just have the best looking side out? Because here I'm just going to literally do the same thing in this direction, so like what, so like if I put this here and I put this here, what does that do for me? I mean, that just looks like shit, but what I could probably do is maybe like if I had core wood, put like some weird core wood thing here to make it look better. Maybe that would look better anyway if I had 2 core wood sitting there. I don't have to mess around with it, but like yeah, I'd much rather have my good looking wood showing, the good looking side of things showing, than the bad. And maybe if I just put one more, would that actually be better? I might see if that's actually better. Then I do that. That's actually a heck of a lot better. Okay, that's what I'll probably do. And if in the end I go with the core wood aesthetic on the ends here, that's fine. It'll make it that much easier for me. Which maybe it. So if I go like that, and I put the core wood piece, is that better? Actually, yeah. So I'll probably just put core wood on the end of these. So. Like what I'll do is I'll put that there, send it out. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's the look we're going for. And then core wood right there. The core wood pylons. Let me see what this one does if they're poking out of the end there. Nope. So this one's actually pretty good, yeah. I think if I put the core wood there, we'll be good on that. Actually, maybe that's what I should have done to begin with. Maybe that'll wait. Maybe I'm just that stupid, you know? And then 1, 2, 3. That'll be 4, but we're not actually doing 4. So, like, yeah, if this is supply, that's great because it's 3 and 3, so that'll be 6. So that's actually perfect. And this, I think I can put a portal in. Portal, cooking, supply. The magic, supply, black forge, supply. And then forge, well, supply and forge. And then the supply for the black forge or whatever. So I think it's a good concept. I could be totally off though. I totally came here to build that and I didn't. Alright. So let's go and build that door. It's like 8. Yeah, 8 iron, 4 tar. Thought I was hearing mosquitoes, but maybe not. Alright. Actually, what I need to do is build in stone first, so... But I should be able to get it because I already know where I want the door anyway, so... Alright, let's put the forge back down real quick, just and then to tear all this down. Alright, put 50 wood in there. And put the hoe and the pickaxe in there. Yep, I don't have any room for that. Let me see here. That one. Carrying too much now. Let's see here. I'm 18 pounds over. Oh my gosh. Let's just throw the iron bars down for now, and I'll put the rest on the wall. Come back for the iron bars to make the last bit of the tool set or whatever. Alright. So, put that back there. Back there. Alright, this is actually pretty good. Like, feeling pretty happy about the progress on the main building right now. Just gotta move everything from that building to this building after I get some of these things built up, but honestly, like, I'm happy with it so far. There we go. So now we're at full crafting station level here. And then let's put nails and fine wood. I guess I've lost the nails and fine wood. I see him up here. Alright. Not a bad little crafting station area, you know? Like, I actually like that. That's nice. There we go. Much better. There. Okay, I don't even know what crafting station would have been over there, but yeah. I like this. It's looking good. It's looking better now. Alright. We go get some stone over here. Take a nap and make some stone. Alright. Dreaming about live fish, I guess. Yeah, I shouldn't need more than 100 stone. Probably won't even use 100 stone. Actually, I think a stack of 50 would have been just fine. But yes, here we are. All right, we are fully encircled here, 100%. So I'm happy about that. We might make a rim on this later. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see how that will go. I am liking this. I'll put my 2 kilns right here. Yeah, I think we'll be moving along. All right. So now we'll go and actually, let me see here. Building. All right. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. But I want the cooking station here, so that's going to take precedent, right? So we'll go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me right there. Okay. I'm sure all that will buff out. I'm not too worried about it. And then that should not be sticking out. And it is. Both of them are. Okay. There we go. Now we should be good. Yeah, we're good there. Okay. Eat. Of course I can. All right. All right. And I can't leave because, yes. All right. And then put that in there. We bring the artisan table over here. Actually, first thing I should probably make real quick is to just make the fireplace over here real quick. Right. All right, let's see here. Where in the heck did I put my forge? Let me go find that real quick. Maybe I accidentally put the ingredients up. So I would have put it here to make that, and then no longer here. So yeah, so put it up somewhere. Yeah, definitely put the copper up. Four stone, 10 wood. What I thought, I was like, where's the iron? So I need to get the iron. There it is. Alright, let's see here. What else do I need? Not even worried about the rest yet. Need you though. I want to make more. I want to make the other stuff back over here. Alright, and my oven should fit right there. And then my butcher board, actually my oven here, my butcher board over here should be good to go. Alright, what do I need to make my oven? Let me see here. Actually, yeah, let's brush our spice rack real quick. We need everything off that table. Yeah, okay. And then this, I just need the 2 silver. All right. I'll put that there. And then the thistle did not make it over here. But I need lots of wood and then the thistle. Because I need to build the walls up here as well. Once I build the walls up, I can build the overhangs. Right. Let me make sure nothing's sticking out the back there, because in my mind that might be sticking out the back. It might not be, but it's not. Okay, perfect. But in my mind it was, you know. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll have the slow arc here. Yeah. I like that. And then we can have out here, we can have the spice rack hanging, right? So I can actually still have it out here being nice. Actually, you wanna know what? Let me put that on the inside, bro. Like, yeah, I think I might like that on the inside. Over here somewhere. So let me put this over here. And then, as long as it isn't in my way, I'm good. Oh yeah, this is nice. And then the oven will go here. And then I can put the prep table here. Yeah, it's good. It's looking good. Alright, what do I need for my oven? 20 stone, 15 iron. Pots and pans are missing over here. I wonder what I was missing from the pot. I should have everything for the pots and pans, so if I didn't before, I definitely have it now, so let me go here and put that there. Actually, I'm not even worried about that. Yeah. Just in the front. Perfect. All right. Five iron for the prep table. So this way I can just prep right here and then cook right there and get that. Yeah, that's good. I don't even need that. And then I can hang the pots and pans there, which is, all right, 5, 5, 5, and 10. All right, copper, iron, black metal. Honestly, the 10. Pine wood is the hardest. And then leave any here? No. Alright. Yeah, the 10 fine wood. Alrighty. Alright, 5, 5, and 5. Skeleton surprise. Alright, now I have everything up to the max. Alright, who's more surprised? The skeletons or me, you know? Pretty cool, my trinket prop. I hope I get those Rancid Remains trophy. That would be great if I could get one of those. Come on, Rancid Remains. Don't run from me now. Well, it was a good surprise, though. I liked it. I definitely don't need any more bones in my life, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, supplies there. And then portal, supplies. That weird Eider station supplies. The black metal forge supplies. Forge. Supply, oh, supplies, forge. So if I got an empty slot in here somewhere, maybe I'll put something else. But then here and here are going to lead to those extra rooms. So I think that'll be good. Oh, nice. My windmill kills those guys. There you go, guys. You just saw it. Windmill actually kills, Mosquitoes. I did not know that until just now. That was a new one for me. Yeah, because that's where I'm gonna put my portal, so I might as well just delete the portal I have now and put the portal there. Okay. And that is base 2, I believe. Base 1. And that should... Okay, that's connecting to... Where? Probably the very first base. Yeah, where it says base 1 here, yeah. Good, okay, perfect. There we go, and this is my never connected portal, so I'll always be able to connect to it if I need to. Yeah, I still got to keep my bed here until I'm able to make this base much better. But it shouldn't be too hard. I just got to keep working on it. But yeah. So that way when I fill these up, they drop out. I can just fill them up right here. So it's not a pain. Like I like this. And what I'll probably do is I'll put sconces here eventually. I think that'll be a good look. I would take these, but I don't have a forge. So it'll tell me I can't break. Oh, I can break these without the forge. Perfect. So this means I can start putting these chests up here. So I actually like that. Don't really care about that much to put that in there. I think that poke's still on the other side, and that's ugly, yeah, so I'm not too worried about it. That big of a deal, I can just put that there so it doesn't look too ugly. And then I'll put one more there. Honestly, I think I only need 6 and 2 anyway. Let me see here. 6 black metal and 2 tar, so I'll do that now. Yeah, just from raiding a couple of villages and killed. I've raided 3 or 4 villages. I've raided 2 here. So, and I raided another one. So that's 3 villages and 2 raids by these guys. And that's how I've managed to get all of my black metal thus far. And then I'll add another stack of chests here. And that'll be 6 chests just for doing this. Like, I think I'm gonna be good. And then I don't have any coal on me right now. And then I'll start putting, I don't even know if I'll put my bed and comfort items in here because like I'm just gonna move it anyway, so I might as well just leave it at the other base. Because this is my crafting area. As you can see here, got all the food crafting and got all of this crafting in here. Next is the forge, so yeah. Then we'll put supplies, then the forge in here. Yeah, so the forge will be right here. All the supplies are right here, so I can just keep dumping the metal in here that I keep making. But I need to build a forge over here to take all my forge stuff apart. What I haven't made is that, yeah, that little stone wheel thing. That's... I remember one of the guys talking about that, and I was like, what? And yeah, I'd totally forgotten that existed, so I have not gotten that yet. I'm just gonna throw the forge down here and that thing and that thing. But I am nowhere near ready to bring everything over yet, because I still need to build up all of this. Be a little bit off, so we'll line it up there. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. See how it lines up like just right. Yeah, you can't rely on these floor pieces. Kinda just gotta do your own thing when it comes to that. So my forge isn't lined up just perfectly, so let me go and line this up right in the center just perfectly. There we go. And then, so this way when I walk in, I can put supplies for the workbench, put supplies for the forge, or metals and scrap and stuff, and then just start dumping it in here as needed. And then I can put everything back in here or work on it. And this one, it'll be supplies for the other the Black Forge, which will come in the Mistlands. Then that was only 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get 3 out of this one as well. But anyway. Got the forge up and running. I just have to bring the other stuff over here. Which, let's see what else I need to make. 20 iron. I'm gonna get that. Crazy the amount of materials you need to just make simple stuff. That's why it's always good to keep carrying your stuff with you. To always have like stuff ready on standby. Let's go sleep for the night. I might actually put these guys down the hallway of one of the corridor to the comfort room / the bedroom, you know? I think that would be cool. I mean, only one set's gonna help you, only one item stand, so. Alright, what else? In copper. 15 iron and 10 wood. I might not even have the wood for that, so which wouldn't be too much of a shocker anyway. Because I've been using it. There've been about 12 wood, so yeah, 10. Oh yeah, I didn't get all that. There you go, now it's 12 wood. And like when you're forging, maybe I can do it like this, so it's like everything's here. You know, I do need to make that grinding wheel though. I have yet to do that. All right, let me see what the heck I need to make this grinding wheel. Five stone, sharpening stone. That's what. I'm. I'm so surprised I have not made that yet. I completely forgot that thing existed. Though I have not needed it yet, so honestly, can you blame me? But like, yeah, that's something I gotta look out for like, you know, the 25 wood. That's crazy. That's a lot of wood. I mean, it's shocking how readily available wood can be if you think about it, but all right, let's do this. Level 7. Forge is level 7. See, that's why you can make the black metal axe and black metal battle axe. That's pretty freaking cool. Fins of Destiny. Bracelet of the Brave. Increase mace damage and quick health burst regeneration. So I gain 100 health, plus 20 to clubs, plus 10% blunt. I mean, that's great if I need it, but I mean, when am I using blunt weapons? Like, I mean, I honestly could use this for Yagluth because I'm going to be using Frostner. So maybe that'll be good. So yeah, maybe I should add bracelet of the brave to list of things to create. But yeah. So as you see so far, we've moved some chests over. We have our workbench and our forge at 100% go in our permanent base. I do need to do some aesthetics on the walls and stuff, and then I need to put 6 chests here, 3 more here. My portal stations are up from the permanent base. The cooking station is all the way up. I don't know if I can add more, but we'll see later on, I guess. Have this. Yeah, I think these are for whatchamacallit, the ballista, but I don't think we have anything for that. Okay, and here we'll have the black forge. Actually, I might put the black forge here and supply for the black forge here, right? Just because the floor is really ugly here. And then here will be supply for the eider bench or whatever. And then here we'll have the eider bench. And then here is... I don't know what the hell this is going to be. Yeah. Maybe it'll be another crafting station for something. Or maybe I'll just put that there, you know? This will be the storage for cooking. Yeah, hopefully y'all are liking it so far. If y'all have any questions, let me know. If y'all are bored with the build, let me know. But yeah. Got our farm here. I'll probably keep this farm permanent. What I want to do is, let me see if these guys are still... my buddies here. Oh shit. Something just killed him. Is it that Dusquito? That's crazy. I saw Dusquito kill a Lox. So I don't know if he is my buddy yet or not. I'm assuming since he was killed, he was probably my buddy, but that I don't know. Yeah, see? He's getting the heart going. What I may have to do on one of these days is just sit here and make it a point to train the Lox offline, because like this has got to be very boring to watch. I think it takes like in-game days or something to get these guys to like you or something to become your pet. And now I need to find another Lox because there are two right here if I want to breed them. And I don't know if I have to pin them up for them to breed with each other or not. And how long it takes for their babies to be full grown, because I kind of want them like to guard the base and stuff, which I got the idea from one of my followers, Runny Nose, one of the subscribers. Like, he had some really good ideas on stuff like that. So I think I'll stick with that idea that he had put out, because that actually makes sense to me, having those dudes run around and protect the area. That way I'm not constantly having to keep repairing this stuff. Which reminds me, I probably got a lot of repairing to do over here. Alright. There we go. But so far I'm satisfied with the build. Hopefully y'all like it. I think this courtyard is going to do well, because this allows all the smoke and stuff to come out and ventilate. So, and I think here is where I'm going to go, and this tower that I'll put out here. So I'll have a tower come out this way, and I think I'll leave that as my comfort tower or whatever. And then the tower over here will be my supply tower, or vice versa. Actually, this might be the comfort tower just because my portals are here. So this might be the comfort tower, and that might be the supply tower. And what I mean by supply tower is, like, yes, this stuff will hold stuff that I'm going to immediately use for the workbench. This one will hold stuff for this and so on. But, like, if you notice, like, you can get so many bones, it's ridiculous. And then that's when I'll have a extra supply of that. These towers will be substantially smaller because this is 4 wide. I think what I'm going to do per section, right? So what I think I'll do on the other towers is they're just going to be either 2 or 3 wide. I'll have to play around with that and do some, you know, scientific work or whatever on that, quote unquote. I really want to get the comfort tower going here one day, but I'm honestly not going to kill myself over it, because I honestly have enough right now that I don't need a massive amount of because I have the bed at my second base, so I don't need to immediately get another one because I have 14 comfort at that house. So I could easily get myself to 15 if needed. Man, do I not have coal here? Alright, here we go. Coal. Let me get those, yeah. Like what I think I'll also do in this, so like and so what do I put? Um put swamp. Um Mountains. Plains, and then here I'll have meadows, black forest, and then I'll leave something else for something. So like when I go here, um, I know this is from the plains. I know this is from the plains. So if I, I have stuff for the mountains. I have stuff from the swamp. So I can already start coming over and I can bring the ancient wood over, things like that. Because I know that's from the swamp and stuff. So that'll help me keep it a little more organized, I think. Unfortunately, I can't bring the ore with me over there, but, not a big deal. Like that's mountain biome right there, so. Hopefully I can make it through the portal. I don't know, I might not. This is this is looking rough. Yeah, I will. The mountains, like, yeah, bam. Yeah, see, it's already starting to look like the thing it's supposed to be by doing those things. And a bit more organized with what you need to be putting in there. You'll see how it's all coming together now. I like it. And then like if I wanted to make a stack for arrows, that'll go to the supply room and I'll make arrows. I'll make arrows and bring them to the supply room. I don't need to have arrows here, you know. Same thing here, like if I make some sort of armor and stuff, I can put it on an armor stand or weapons on a wall somewhere. I'll probably put those down the hallway and stuff for when I die. I'll have extra. So I'll always have stuff to keep myself updated with for when I die and things. Yeah, this will set me up really well with when we go to the Mistlands and stuff, because it'll be really my first time going to the Mistlands and dealing with that stuff. So that'll help out a lot. But I still have to take out Yagluth. You know, I got to make my armor and my weapons. Luckily, my shield's already done though. Which reminds me, let me start emptying this other one out. Man, oh man, oh man. That's a lot of stuff to empty out of those chests. Which we'll get there. Alright, let's do mountains. And then plains. Alright, but that should show you everything I've got proof of concept wise for right now. So what I'll end up doing is getting more stuff to make more black metal chests. I already have the black metal, so it's just, and the tar, it's just a matter of getting the wood, right? And you saw me farm a bunch of wood already today, or tonight. So for episode 20, what you saw at the beginning was me not paying a lot of attention and getting my butt kicked, but while I was building. But we've completed the first common area for the towers. And we've moved a bunch of our crafting stuff in there. We have our fully upgraded workbench and forge and cooking area is already complete. We just need to build our chests to finish so we can put our stockpiles in there. And this base, we already have level 14 comfort. I think we get up to level 16 here. So that'll put us at like 23 minutes of rest. But we need to find one more totem so we can summon Yagluth. We need to find Yagluth, and we need to make padded armor and the Frostner. Our shield, our black metal shield is already level 3, so we can't upgrade that anymore. And we'll need to make the barley brew plus the 2 biggest health foods and the largest stamina food, and that should get us to where we need to be so we can pick out Yagluth hopefully. Um, though I'm not even sure I will need my shield, as it just seems Yagluth is doing summoning attacks. He brings down stone. He bursts fire. Yeah, the meteors and the fire are like the only attacks he does, I think. But I'm not 100%. But I'll keep trying to rotate around them as I attack them. But that's for later time. But I want to thank y'all for watching, and 100% if y'all leave comments and y'all have some good ideas on what I should be doing, or build ideas, because I had a concept in my head, and so I'm kind of making that and building off of it as we go. And I think it'll be a good idea. But y'all just let me know, especially since this is my permanent base. Maybe I'll make one in the Ashlands or something later, but I'll probably just have a stronghold there. Small stronghold with stuff to make whatever I need to craft from that area. But yeah, and a portal, of course, to get back to my main base. But y'all just let me know. And hopefully y'all are liking the series. This is actually episode 20. Probably episode 21, unfortunately, will be me continuing to move stuff around the base and everything. And then 22 will probably be upgrading all my equipment. And then hopefully 23 will be fighting Yagluth and then into the Mistlands. But we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys. And if y'all do like the videos, please put a like, comment on what I should be doing better, or what I really, am good at or suck at. If you just want to talk, I mean, I will 100% talk to you. I'm trying to build a community, just not y'all just watch me. If y'all want to talk and y'all need, someone to help you on your world or something like that, I can definitely help you. Even if y'all have like a server and you want more Vikings to be on it, I can be that Viking. And of course, I mean, as you see, I stream, so maybe I can make your server better by streaming too, because more people might join. And if you are liking the series, subscribe. It's easy for y'all to subscribe, and it helps me out. And it really, I mean, you don't do much. I mean, you just click a button. So you don't even have to click the notification bell unless you want to see the series. Like, if you're interested, that'd be great. But anyway, thanks for watching. I say this at the end just so at the beginning y'all don't get too bored with all the stuff at the beginning. But all right. I'll see y'all on next time, and thanks for watching.